My name is Andreas Schuschke. I'm a member of the residential community here in Bivorang. I came in 2002. I have a beautiful wife and two children, two boys aged 11 and 15. I've been a co-worker at the school, an academy student, which I will talk about more. I've been a teacher in the high school for 12 years, and now I'm a homemaker and an administrator at the school. I'm here to share a little bit about my experience of being part of the academy. And, like many people who are here in Bivorang, I come from Germany. I came as a young one-year volunteer and was very inspired by the life and the work I found here. And so I think in my third year, I began to join the academy, and I was very fortunate because just at that time, the academy had been newly accredited, or the courses had been newly accredited. So I actually went from second through fourth year through the new program, which allowed me to do the bachelor completion program with Prescott College. And due to how the timing worked out, I was actually the first who was able to complete that new kind of track. And so I'm very grateful that that was possible. And meanwhile, I've obtained my master's and my special ed certification, and, have really been able to have the credentials to back up my professional work in Bivorang. And academy was, for me, a life-changing experience, absolutely remarkable. And I think what is special about the academy, and I think what I hope will remain special about how I experienced it, that it really addresses, that it's so multifaceted and it addresses so many different things. So I felt challenged and engaged in many different ways in the academy. One way was my background is public school. I didn't have a lot of education in the arts or crafts, so I'm more a kind of raised intellectually, and I was very smart in school, and I was very proud of myself, and the academy challenged me on many different levels. Intellectually, it challenged me just with all the concepts of spirituality, karma and reincarnation, and all those things that are the kind of essence of anthroposophy and looking at the human being in a deeper way. And so that was a real challenge from my upbringing was atheist, and there wasn't much, it was typical natural scientific upbringing. And so that was amazing to kind of engage with all these ideas about the body, the soul, and the spirit, and how each human being is really much more than just the eyes see. So that all that content was really special. And then in terms of the arts, I remember a lot of ways that the academy would engage us artistically. And one personal experience that I will always remember, I always thought of myself as not artistic and not talented and not capable of making anything beautiful. And I was so surprised and kind of moved, and especially in my practica, helping in school with watercolor paintings and those things, I realized, oh, I can do this. And when I was a teacher for 12 years, I did blackboard drawings every 4 weeks and for my blocks. And I would have never thought. I learned to play the recorder a little bit. Now I play the recorder every morning to wake up the house. And so I would have never thought that I'm capable of that. And that was a really important experience for me. And then in the third aspect is the doing, and especially the practica. I mean, also in the courses that we had, writing with our feet with Rüdiger, that was a highlight for many, and I think still is today. And it's such a strong experience. Another strong experience I remember, which really also shaped my work with the children and my empathy for the children is we once had to brush each other's teeth as academy students. And, just to have that experience of how intrusive and uncomfortable that is when somebody else brushes your teeth, that I really carried that with me. And I still think about that today when I work with the students and when I support them, especially with their personal care, how intimate that actually is. So, and then just all the work with the children in the house and in school and the practica, it was so, so important. All the instructors in the academy were so passionate about their work and their topic. And especially in the retreats, we would experience that in a very intense way, being together. Also a lot of humor and lightness. And then I would come back really inspired and ready to apply what we talked about in the retreats and what we did to my work with the children. So yeah, I'm really grateful. I think this model that the Academy has of really engaging the head, hands, and hearts, kind of like world of education, and having this diverse experiences is really important. And I hope that will continue into the future.